There are prophecies that warn. There are others that haunt, but few have shaken believers and skeptics alike, quite like this one. Saint Padre Pio, one of the most revered mystics of the 20th century, is said to have received many divine revelations throughout his life. Some were written down, others whispered through generations. But among them, one prophecy stands out as the most chilling of all, the terrifying vision known as the 3 days of darkness. What exactly did Padre Pio see? Why has this prophecy stirred such fear, fascination, and faith for decades? And could it actually come true? Before we dive into this apocalyptic warning, we need to understand the man behind the message, because to grasp the weight of what's coming, you first have to know who he was. Stay with us, because what you're about to hear may forever change how you see the world. To truly understand the weight of Padre Pio's prophecy, we first need to understand the extraordinary life behind it. Born Francesco Forgione on May 25, 1887, in the humble farming village of Pietrelcina, Italy, he was the son of Giuseppe and Giuseppa Forgione. From an early age, young Francesco showed a deep devotion to God, so deep in fact that he entered the Capuchin friars at just 15 years old. By 1910, he was ordained a priest, adopting the name we now know, Padre Pio. But what happened next would turn him from a humble friar into a global spiritual phenomenon. In 1918, something mysterious began to happen. Padre Pio started to experience the stigmata, the miraculous appearance of the 5 wounds of Christ on his hands, feet, and side. These weren't symbolic or imagined. They bled. They caused him immense pain, and yet they never became infected. In fact, they gave off the scent of roses. Science had no explanation. The church investigated. Pilgrims began pouring in from around the world, desperate to see the man who bore Christ's wounds. And though the stigmata alone would have made him legendary, it was his prophetic visions, especially one final warning, that would echo across generations. That warning was about the 3 days of darkness, a revelation so terrifying, so specific, that it's haunted people ever since. And here's the chilling part. Padre Pio didn't just speak of it casually. He wrote about it in a private letter to the Vatican's Commission of Heralds. This was no passing comment. It was a documented testimony. And in that letter, Padre Pio revealed not only the truth of his spiritual life and divine experiences, but also the full extent of the apocalyptic vision he believed was coming. So what did he say? And why has the church kept this prophecy so quiet for so long? Keep watching, because what comes next might change how you see the world and your future. My son, I have waited long for this hour. And with these chilling words, Padre Pio recorded what he believed was a divine message, a direct communication from Christ himself. And what followed was nothing short of apocalyptic. Pray, make reparation, warn others. That was the call. Because the hour of judgment, he said, was no longer far away. The Lord's message was urgent. He warned of a people who had rejected grace, of a world too distracted by pleasure, pride, and false security to recognize the signs of the times. My judgment shall come suddenly, when least expected. Not one shall escape my hand. I shall find them all. This wasn't just a poetic warning. It was specific and terrifyingly detailed. He spoke of celestial signs, the sun, the moon, and the stars behaving erratically, as a final herald of what was to come. He pleaded with the faithful to remain united in prayer, to persevere, and to not let the adversary gain a foothold, because when the angel of destruction passes through the land, only the truly prepared will be spared. And just when you think it can't get any darker, it does. The message became even more haunting as Padre Pio detailed the events of what he called the 3 days of darkness. Men are rushing toward the abyss of hell, laughing, celebrating, like they're headed to a masquerade or the devil's wedding feast. In that vision, fire rains from the sky. Nature itself rebels. and God's judgment falls with terrifying force, swift, merciless, and final. He warned that during those 3 days, no one must go outside. Windows must be sealed. Only blessed candles will provide light. Rosaries must be prayed, arms outstretched or prostrate begging for mercy. Spiritual reading and acts of love and contrition must be constant. Even animals, he said, would need care and attention, because after the destruction, life must go on for the elect who remain. But no one, he repeated, should even cross the yard. The moment one steps outside, they perish. And yet, even in the horror, there is hope. Have courage. I am in your midst. Padre Pio reminded the faithful that God would protect his chosen if they remained obedient, faithful, and alert. But here's the question that now hangs in the air. Was this just symbolic? Or is the world truly on the edge of this unimaginable event? Stay with us, because the final part of this vision contains signs. Signs that some believe we're already beginning to see today. And then, Padre Pio described what would follow. A hurricane of fire, raining down from the clouds, would pour over the entire earth. Storms, thunderbolts, earthquakes. Nature itself would rise up in chaos. For 2 days, a rain of fire would sweep the world. It would begin on a bitterly cold night. Why? To prove that God is the master of creation. But here's the hope amid the horror. Those who trust in him will be spared. Padre Pio delivered a message of protection to those who remain in a state of grace, who cling to prayer, and who seek refuge under the mantle of the Virgin Mary. And he didn't stop there. He gave specific signs of what to expect and exactly what to do. The night will be freezing. The wind will howl. Then, the thunder will strike. Lock every door and window. Speak to no one outside. Fall to your knees before a crucifix. Confess your sins and beg Our Lady's protection. And above all, do not look outside. God's anger is holy. It must not be witnessed. Those who disobey will perish instantly. Poisonous gases, carried by violent winds, will sweep the globe. Some will die, but the innocent among them will be taken as martyrs, and they will reign with Christ in his kingdom. And just when it seems like evil has won, the third night arrives. Satan will believe he possesses the whole earth. But I shall reclaim it. The fire will stop. The tremors will end. And on the third night, the stars will shine once more. Then comes the dawn. Springtime. Not just of season, but of spirit. Angels will descend. Peace will return. Survivors will fall to their knees in overwhelming gratitude, not just for their lives, but for the mercy they've witnessed. But Padre Pio didn't end with comfort. He ended with a challenge. How indifferent man is. How blind to what is coming. They laugh, they delay, but the scales of judgment have touched the earth. This isn't just a prophecy. It's a divine ultimatum. So the question remains, what if it's real? And what if it's soon? Don't look away now. The final part may reveal the signs already unfolding around us. I have warned them again and again. I've given them countless chances to return. But now, Padre Pio said, the time of mercy is closing. Wickedness has reached its peak, and divine justice, long restrained, can wait no longer. Tell everyone, the time has come. These things shall be fulfilled. Shall. This wasn't a vague intuition. These were direct warnings, given to Padre Pio by Jesus Christ himself. But here's something few realize. Padre Pio wasn't alone. This prophecy, the 3 days of darkness, has echoed throughout the centuries. It was first revealed by the Blessed Virgin Mary and confirmed in visions given to multiple saints and mystics. Anne Catherine Emmerich, Blessed Anna Maria Taigi, Blessed John Bosco, Saint Faustina Kowalska. All of them received glimpses of the same terrifying truth. So what now? How do we respond to a prophecy so detailed, so haunting, and so widely echoed across generations? Padre Pio gave us the answer. Have confidence in the Lord. Return to the path before it's too late. This isn't about fear. It's about awakening. Because while darkness may fall for a time, the light returns. And those who remain faithful, those who watch, who pray, who believe, will not be abandoned. So we leave you with this. If this message stirred something in your soul, if you feel even faintly that it might be true, now is the time. Turn back, pray deeply, and most of all, stay awake, because the storm may come without warning, but so will the dawn. Want to hear more prophecies from the saints? Subscribe, leave a comment, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. The battle may be spiritual, but the time is very real.